Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. Welcome to the show today. Yes, yes. First and foremost, shout out to my photographer. My photographer. Yes, I had a photographer. I had a photographer for this shot to the right. Shout out to Dana Jackson for taking that picture. He's in training, ladies and gentlemen. He's in training. But yes, we are here to talk about this latest motion filing in the Fulton County Superior Court. The latest motion filing, and I have a copy of the motion. The latest. No one has this motion yet. This is an exclusive filing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Without any further ado, let me bring in the host of today's show, and that is me. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So, without any further ado, let's talk about what is happening here. The attorneys representing Earnest Williams has decided to file a motion to keep the media out or put a gag order on the media. When I heard of this motion and read the motion, it concerned me. Why did it concern me? It concerned me because this story is of national interest and public interest. Moreover, public interest. The story has grown from, and you people on YouTube can credit yourself or tap yourself on the back for bringing this story to the forefront, because this story wasn't in many people's radar, and it only became of importance once the YouTubers, I can shout out a few of the YouTubers, and I will towards the end, who have brought attention to the story. But it now is a major story, and the district attorney of Fulton County, Fonnie Willis, along with the prosecuting attorney, Will Wooten, has spoke out already regarding this particular indictment. However, I was the only member of the press, of the national press, that covered this story, national press versus the blogging. So I felt it was necessary, and I consulted with counsel, it was necessary to take action immediately. And the first time I had to address this particular argument was in the bond hearing that his former attorney, Hannah Rondon, had made a motion to exclude the media. Well, I said no. Mr. Williams had availed himself to the media by way of interviews. He has spoken to multiple individuals, and he felt comfortable with talking about his case. And even when he was told by others that might have been a great idea, he decided to talk about the case. So it is my belief and my experience that based on those factors, his motion will probably be denied. However, I had to take it a step further because, one, to exclude the media will be violating the media's First Amendment right. So what I'm going to show you guys is a motion filed in the case against in opposition of Earnest Williams' request to exclude the media in particular. And I'm going to share this with you. And it's now time to go to class and go to school. And when I say that, is for those who are looking to get into the media and to cover court cases. This will come up over time. You will have attorneys on both sides trying to exclude the media. This fight has been happening for many, many years. And currently, the United States Supreme Court doesn't allow cameras in the courtroom, nor does U.S. district courts allow cameras in the courtroom. But the state courts have allowed cameras in the courtroom. In particular, Nebraska has a very, it's a similar rules for media, which I've noticed covering cases. And I had to take a stance. No, the T. Hold on. Someone took Fran Power the T. But what I'm giving you guys is the real T. That's not the T. The T is the response to the motion that was filed. And we're going to put the motion up right now. We're going to put the motion up right now. Stand by. This is the latest motion filed. And this motion was filed by my company. So we are opposing Earnest Williams' motion to exclude the media. We're going to go back to page 1, and we're going to allow you guys to read this. I don't know if it's toggling back and forth, but this is our motion in opposition of the defendant's motion for the gag order. And let's just go ahead and read it, because we had to make sure that we dot our I's, cross our T's, and make sure we had the relevant case law to support our motion. So I don't know why my audio's. I'm not reading the chat, ladies and gentlemen, but let's go into the motion. What we see in his motion, I can put his motion up, but this is the argument, the strongest argument that we can make to oppose his motion. And I may want to bring someone else up. I think I saw V. Lenore in the building. I don't know if V. Lenore, if you want to come up, if you would like to come up, but you don't have to. Miss Wooten, we got Miss Wooten in the building. Hold on, Aaliyah TV. So essentially, ladies and gentlemen, here's our motion. Here's our introduction to our motion. I'm trying to get the sound. Stop acting up.
Okay, let's see if I can
switch this up. Hold on. Okay, basically,
the movement is us. I know my sound is acting up. Okay, hold on. Let's see if that'll work. Hold on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we may have to disconnect the mic and switch up the sound. 1 2 1 2 1 2,
because it sounds like it's echoing in the background. Anyway, the movement Hip Hop Inquirer is a non-party to the case at bar, hereby opposing defendant Earnest Williams' a motion for a gag order on the media to cover his upcoming trial. Hip Hop Inquirer asserts that such a gag order would contravene the principles of the First Amendment and undermine the public's right to access information about matters of significant public interest. Furthermore, defendant motion fails to meet the requisite legal standards for the imposition of a gag order. And I saw the motion, and it definitely doesn't meet the standards. Our first argument is the First Amendment right to freedom of the press. The First Amendment to the United States Constitution guarantees the freedom of the press. The Supreme Court has consistently recognized that the press plays a vital role in our democracy by serving as a watchdog over the government and ensuring that transparency and accountability is in effect. And we cite a Nebraska Press Association case. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, I have a problem with this mic. Let me disconnect this mic. Stand by. Because I'm sounding like Mickey Mouse is echoing in the background. Stand by. We're going to have to disconnect the mic. How about now, ladies and gentlemen? How about now? How's the sound now? How about now? Better now? Much okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we just connected the device. The device was very distracting. In any event, I'm going to read one of our first argument is the First Amendment rights to freedom of press. Now, this is our motion in opposition to Earnest Williams' motion to exclude us from the courtroom. So this is our motion. This is not anyone else's motion. This is our motion. Others can join in if they want to, but right now this is our motion. So the First Amendment to the United States Constitution guarantees the freedom of the press. The Supreme Court has consistently recognized that the press plays a vital role in our democracy by serving as the watchdog over the government and ensuring transparency and accountability. In the Nebraska Press Association v. Stewart, and we have the citation there, the court held that the prior restraints on the press are presumptively unconstitutional and can only be justified in exceptional circumstances where there is a clear and present danger to the fair administration of justice. That's very important. We've seen this in the motion argument for excluding the press in the YSL case, and the lawyers made similar arguments. B, the standard for imposing a gag order. In determining whether to impose a gag order, courts must balance the defendant's right to a fair trial with public's right to access to information. The burden is on the party seeking the gag order to demonstrate that there is a substantial probability that pretrial publicity will prejudice the defendant's right to a fair trial. This burden is a heavy one, requiring clear and convincing evidence of the need for such an extraordinary remedy. Well, I just said Earnest Williams made himself available to the press by way of giving interviews. He's spoken to various bloggers, and one in particular consistently. If we're to believe that individual is a member of the press, he has availed himself with one-on-one interviews, which many of you guys heard. So the argument that they want to protect his rights, I don't know if that is a sound argument, but we'll see. We'll see what the ruling is. But this particular judge doesn't really exclude members of the press in high-profile cases. Additionally, District Attorney Fonnie Willis, along with the prosecuting attorney, has conducted an interview already. With that said, let's go to our next argument. Application to the present case, which is this case we're talking about. In the instant case, defendant has failed to meet his burden of showing that a gag order is necessary to protect the right to a fair trial. While the defendant may have concerns about the potential impact of the media coverage on the jury pool, mere speculation or conjecture is insufficient to warrant the imposition of a gag order. Exactly. Defendant has not presented any concrete evidence of actual or imminent prejudice that would justify such a drastic measure. Now, I heard earlier that someone got their site taken, their page taken down. I don't know who did that, but I'm sure that that person who got their YouTube channel taken down can make an argument based on the First Amendment. Now, I don't think I've heard anything in that YouTube channel where they revealed, well, maybe one other individual may have revealed some information that probably is dangerous, but anyone that's actually covering this has the right to cover this under the First Amendment, as long as they're not crossing the line and doxing and doing weird stuff. And that's my argument. So, moreover, the charges against defendant involve allegations of fraud, identity theft, adultery, corruption, and racketeering. And we know this to be true because he's married two people. So that's interesting because adultery is not one of the cases that we see prosecuted in Georgia. So the fact that the prosecutor in this case added the adultery is of very significant importance. And put a one in the chat if you agree with me, because in your state, how many people do you know in your particular state that has been prosecuted for adultery? So the racketeering corruption, which are matters of significant public interest. The public has a right to be informed about the proceedings in this case and to participate in the debate over issues of corruption and accountability. In conclusion, For the foregoing reasons, Hip Hop Inquirer respectfully requests that the Honorable Court, Judge Eric Dunaway, deny defendant's motion for a gag order. Such an order would constitute an unconstitutional prior restraint on the freedom of the press and would undermine the principles of open and transparent justice. And that's the conclusion of my motion. You know, I can have it further briefed if we need to. I doubt the judge is going to ask for that to happen, but this is what you have to do when you are a representative of the media and you want to convey the news to the public. So with that, what do you guys think? What do you think? What do you guys think? You think the media should be excluded from this case? Do you think the media should be excluded from this case? Because this is a job I've done for many, many years. And this is not the first time I had to fight to get cameras in the courtroom. And here's another addendum to my argument. I'm covering 2 additional RICO cases. And I covered the first RICO case in the state of Georgia. And we don't have to go there if they wanted to show how the coverage was of national attention. So this is what I do. I play around on YouTube, but when it comes to my profession, this is what I do. So I'm gonna drop the link. I think V just said drop the link. Let me grab the link. And I also want to say that in the case involving Donald Trump, I was initially denied access to be a part of the pool. However, with the great assistance of my attorneys, Attorney Molly Davis, Brittany Dobbins, and co-counsel, we argued to Judge McAfee the importance of having media in the courtroom. And the judge listened to the argument and the judge concurred. And we were not excluded for covering the case. So I dropped the link and let's see here. Let's see what bring you up here. We want to remove that. We'll take that out of here. I want to share something else exclusive that I really didn't share with you guys. And I thought it was interesting when the person approached me and said this. V, I'm going to bring you up in 1 second. Hold on. We'll bring this down a little bit. We'll bring you up in a second. Okay. And she's on camera. How about that?
Hi.
We eat now. I saw something down there. What are you doing down there?
No, you saw lip gloss.
Okay, lip gloss. Okay.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Hold on a second. Let her get right. Hold on, she can get something right. You right? You right? Bring you back up. Bring you back up.
They don't mind watching me put my lip gloss on.
I know, but that's supposed to only be for, anyway. So what I also want to talk about is the fact that the investigator that works with Earnest Williams approached me while I was in court. He approached me. I didn't really know who it was, but then as I started talking to him, it dawned on me that he works with Earnest Williams. And he made an interesting request of me. Part of it I understood, but the other part I didn't understand because I rarely have investigators walk up to me while I'm shooting. And essentially he said that the media won't be allowed to cover the trial. How would he know that? How would he even make some type of, it was kind of insulting for him to say that when the judge didn't even know who the heck he was. So I'm doing this live so people can understand how to approach a situation like this, but you also have to provide, and one of the arguments might be that, hey, has this guy covered cases like this before? Does he understand? Here's the other argument that they hadn't made, and I'm not going to help him, but is the equipment going to be distracting? Will we be a distraction to the case? So they can make that argument, but then the judge will instruct the members of the press on, recording or, acting according and professional. So I don't see this even being an issue. And I think that the lawyer who filed this should probably talk to his prior attorney, Ms. Rondon, and and asked her what the last judge say, Judge Adams.
So they requested this before? Oh no, you mean that day when Ernest came in and said he didn't want anyone taking his picture?
Absolutely,
like that?
absolutely. But
Yeah.
you guys didn't get a chance to see that on camera, so you weren't able to see that on camera. But it was a similar argument that was raised. So I had to argue against Mr. Rondon's motion to exclude the media, and nothing has changed since the last bond hearing, because he still made himself available to members of the media, maybe.
Yeah. He literally was in the midst of an interview at the same time they dropped that RICO on him. He just didn't know. And then the next day he was supposed to come back and finish his interview, and he didn't.
He did not.
So I think it's ironic that he's trying to suggest that no one should be talking about this case. Why? Based on what? I mean, Donald Trump couldn't even stop people from talking about his case. What makes Ernesto special? Give me a damn break.
Well, it was one case where the judge gave a limited access to the media, and that was in a case involving Usher Raymond that I covered. Only camera covering that case, and it was involved in his custody and his children. So there was some things
a little different, yeah.
Right. So we had no problem. We shut the cameras off, pointing downward or pointing to the cell, and we respected that. I have been asked by members of law enforcement to not put them on camera, and at times as a courtesy, if they could tell me, hey, why, are you in uniform? Are you working a beat? Are you undercover? And if they say one of the three, then I can make the determination based on that. And sometimes you don't need a judge to tell you that. It's called having integrity and understand the significance of revealing someone's identity. What you got to weigh the risk versus the gain. And so I make those judgment calls. But now, because of the way media has been covering these type of cases, social media, there definitely should be guardrails in place, because we can see what can happen if someone doesn't understand their role and responsibilities in the position that they have as a member of the press.
So I thought it was interesting. I'd never seen a motion like that. When you say the DA's office can't talk about it, the law enforcement, the judge, the media, like I'd never even seen that. And can you think of a case though in history where they wouldn't allow the media to talk about? How are you going to stop somebody from talking?
There's been instances, and again, I cited federal cases where you can't bring cameras in, but the judges don't have an issue with you taking note-taking.
Exactly. So that's not the same. I'm saying he's saying he doesn't want anyone reporting on him. Don't talk about him.
Well, because
Sonia has been saying for the last 2 years that the bloggers are effing up the case. Now, how are we effing up the case? Because we're telling the truth about him?
Well, if the judge may have to do a test. He may have to do a test. Are bloggers members of the media? And if they're members of the media, then what basis can that be established? What are the criteria that the judge will use to establish that? Has actual members of the press been harming his case, i.e. myself? Have I done anything to harm his case?
No, and honestly, no one has been really covering it but us. So, I mean, and honestly, I doubt that the news would have paid as much attention to, well, they would have now because Steve is on the witness list. But before, I mean, if it wasn't for Nyla and Fran and, all these folks that have been out here doing this work and digging up and doing some investigation work of their own, if that wasn't happening, people wouldn't be paying attention to it. And that's what's pissing them off. I
would argue to suggest that the prosecution might not make this a RICO case if this case wasn't covered the way some of the YouTubes have covered it. Because I didn't touch anything. What happened here? What the heck?
This how you feel? That's how you feel about me?
No. At least we didn't get you out of the screen. So this is, and I'm going to assume others will join in on the motion, and they may just come in because this is my motion, but other media representatives could come in and say, "Yeah, we would like to join in on Mr. Byron's motion," and I'll likely have counsel there as well. So that's what it is. We're not just going to.
Oh, I was going to say something else. You made a good point to say that he's been talking to the press or the media per se.
Absolutely.
But not only that, Sonia has done 4 interviews. 4.
Well, she's not a party to the case. I'm honing in on the parties to the case.
Well, this is the point I'm trying to make. She's the reason why this motion is happening. Don't get it twisted. That's not Nesto's necessarily his idea. Sonia's been saying we've screwed up the case anyway.
And you made a good point right there, because she might be acting as an agent for him.
She is. That's what I'm trying to tell you. She directs him on what to do, or she talks to him about it. But right before she went to Tasha K, there was a whole conversation about what she was going to say on there. She's consulting with him before she even does these interviews.
And there's phone calls that you can clearly see those two are collaborating, strategizing, emphasizing, and just regular socializing on the internet. So let's see how this is. I don't know if they want to argue this one, because I don't run from a fight. I have no problem.
They're gonna deny that.
Yeah.
They're gonna deny his motion. But it's ridiculous, honestly.
It's ridiculous. But
the only way I think the judge would approve this is if Steve was in the background asking them to do this.
Steve is not a factor. A non-factor in that he's not a party to the case. He's a witness. He's a
witness, and it does tie into his show. They are talking about Steve Harvey and saying his name every single time they bring up Nesto. They have to say Steve Harvey's name.
When I say not a party to the case, I mean he's not charged in the case. He's not.
That's not the point. He still has influence regarding the case.
But
and you can best believe that he has helped provide representation for Shirley and advised her. His people have advised her on how to deal with this, because this is they got a whole business. I don't think that.
I would say that he's significant in that he might have had some information as it relates to Earnest Williams, but as far as excluding him, he's a public figure. The judge is not. That's not happening. It could be the. Let me say this: Donald Trump walks into Fulton County Superior Courthouse and takes the stand, or in the courtroom. The judge has already ruled that myself, as well as other members of the press, can cover him. So you think Nesto's more important than Donald Trump? Let's be honest here.
That's what I just said. I said that Donald Trump did. The former president of the United States couldn't even do that. Didn't even. I don't know if he asked, but he couldn't do it. Right. So why would we do this for Nesto?
Did they? I don't think that they made the argument excluding. Maybe one defendant might have made the argument in the Trump.
Tell Eris to mind her business. Okay, your business is in the chat, Eris. Okay, we got this up here. Okay.
What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened?
Nothing. I handled it. Go ahead.
Okay, so that's my only point. We definitely, once we saw the motion, we took action, and now they have to respond to ours. And then if we have to further brief it, we'll brief it even more thorough.
Let me tell y'all something. It's so funny. People in the chat are saying Steve is not a factor. That's ridiculous. Steve is a factor. The only reason we even talk about this is because of Steve Harvey. If there was no Steve Harvey, we wouldn't know shit about Nesto. Now, let's keep it funky, okay? Let's keep it real funky. If it wasn't for Steve Harvey, we wouldn't even be talking about it. And because this shit has spilled over and it had to be addressed on that show, you think that Steve Harvey is not somehow has his attorneys, his PR people on ready? Because this is going to be backlash on the show. Possibly. So they want to avoid that. So Shirley is a victim. Shirley is a witness. Nesto, we only know about him because of them. So that's the point I'm making. If y'all think that Steve Harvey, are y'all watching this Diddy shit? Do y'all not understand that there are powers to be that you will never know about? Do you understand that people are always pulling the strings? This affects Steve Harvey's business, and he didn't fire her. So that means he's protecting her and his business.
And I just wanted to post this comment. Obviously, that's part of our response, and with time codes and so forth. That's a part of addressing a opposition. So there's different strategies that I don't think I'm going to be talking about that right now, but we're going to be prepared in our approach to addressing, things that may be raised.
Multi-million-dollar man ain't got no power. Y'all crazy as hell. You're just speaking out of ignorance, because he does have power. He does have influence. Don't think he doesn't in this case. Well, in this case, I'm telling you what I know.
Well, he doesn't have influence over the judge.
How you know?
Well,
how do you know that?
I would say that this judge and his prior cases, based on research, he's respected.
He's also a human being.
Again, I know this media game a little better than a lot of you, and I think that this judge is going to pretty much respect the Constitution. I don't doubt.
I believe it will too. I believe it will too. All I'm saying is, if you don't think he's concerned about how this plays out, that's
of course that part I'm sure he is.
Exactly. So you don't think he's going to have his attorneys looking into things, his PR people looking into things? Come on now.
I would say he would probably be best having his PR team on standby to pretty much interpret what was happening in the courtroom. But as far as him controlling the media,
I didn't say control.
No. I'm just. I mean, influence. When you say influence on the case, I can only conclude that when you say influence, he has influence over the judge, because the judge is the referee in the case, and the prosecutor or defense attorneys are there for a purpose, and he's not a party. He's a witness.
I didn't say he's party to the case.
Right. So
I didn't say that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there is influence that he has, and people are people. Even a judge is a whole man. Okay, he's a man. He has favorites. We all have biases, and yes, you should be checking them at the door, but we're also human. And at the same time, I do think that Steve has done a lot of checking and protecting. And I mean, the fact that they've been able to insulate Shirley the way they have, there's been no real backlash for Shirley. I think that is because of Steve. Otherwise, we'd be saying Shirley knows something. Shirley knows something about this, but we don't say that as much. I say it because I think she knows a little bit.
Do you think this? Let me ask you a question. Now, I want people to listen to what I'm about to ask. Do you think this witness list is inclusive or exclusive of anyone else to be added?
I think people are going to be added.
Okay.
Yep.
If you sure. let me ask you another question. Mm-hmm. Based on just this motion, who do you think could be subpoenaed to be on the motion argument?
On this motion argument?
Let's see. Put your thinking caps on, ladies and gentlemen. Who could be subpoenaed?
What they gonna subpoena Fonnie? Because Fonnie was talking about it. She the DA, so they're trying to say they don't want the DA's office talking about it.
No, it's not. No.
The police can't talk about it. The press can't talk about it. That is ridiculous.
Thank you. This is true. Thank you. You got it.
Oh, you're saying wait for this case? Oh, for this argument?
It's a motion hearing, so you can subpoena.
But why would she be called?
Well, again, strategy is not going to be discussed on the live.
Well, you brought it up.
Well, I asked one question, but if you understand the argument and the opposition and people's positioning and posturing during this pre-trial coverage, it's a reason for that. And that's something that can be discussed down the road. But all I'm saying is people got involved in this case a little too deeper than they probably should have.
Mm-hmm.
Could you at least agree with that?
Hell yeah, we've all said that. But I guess part of the argument would be, if he doesn't want people talking about it, why is he talking to him? So, and she's going there every week or whatever to pray with him, and then sneak in a question here and there. And then, she's probably talked to him on three-way with Sonya, because they've done that before. And and she's taking direction from Sonya and getting that direction possibly from Nesto. But yeah, you're right. Okay, let me. Can I address your chat real quick? I am
not chat.
No. Right now, Funky. Who's that? Funky is so correct.
We're not gonna fight in the chat. This is a very professional live. We ain't gonna fight in the chat.
It is. We're, and I'm very professional.
Okay, go ahead.
Funky. Didn't you just say? Dennis, don't do that, because when you were on my platform, you had a problem with something someone said in my chat, and you wanted them removed because of that. So I'm going to address this person
go ahead,
because these people who have a problem with my damn opinion. Okay, I didn't call them names. Don't call me damn names. Okay, and Funkin' Pops is absolutely correct. I am not saying that Steve Harvey is in charge of the judge. Don't you be ridiculous. Okay, you sound dumb, Doctor, whoever you are, with the damn doctor in front of your name. Get it together. Okay, you be professional. I got an opinion, and I also have I also know things. Okay, let me just say that. Hold on, and I know how this shit works.
V, put your hand up.
Get over here and think what you want, but I'm not doing conjecture. I know how this shit plays out.
V, put your hand out like this. Put your hand out like this for me. Just put your hand out for a second.
No, why?
No, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you. Just play along with it.
Why? No.
I want to serve you with the subpoena since you know something.
Subpoena me. I'm happy to go in the courtroom. I ain't scared. Okay. I am not scared.
No, it's all good. So that's, I don't know if you were implying that Steve had enough power over.
Well, that's what I was trying to explain. I did not say that he has, that he's a part of the case, that he is in charge of the judge. I'm saying, if you don't think that he hasn't had his attorneys looking into this matter as well as his PR, you are ridiculous. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That it would be ridiculous, because he has an empire, he has a business, and this case is only being talked about because of him. If he was not involved, we wouldn't care.
But it doesn't have anything to do with the charges that are listed in the indictment or the RICO case, and that takes precedent over any celebrity that may be brought into this case. Because Shirley Strawberry arguably is a celebrity as well, and she was married to this guy. So it doesn't.
And how do we know Shirley Strawberry?
Well,
No, what's the question? Answer the question. How do we know Shirley Strawberry?
Because she works for Steve Harvey.
Thank you.
But that
so Steve Harvey is impacted by this case. So if you think he's not going to protect his interests, you're crazy.
But he's not a victim in this case. The victims
I didn't say that he was a victim.
No, but the impact, we got to stay focused. The impact is of the victims in this case. And Shirley Strawberry is a victim as well. She's a victim as well.
Dennis, you're missing my point. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I don't disagree with you.
The celebrity, fine. But again, there have been many cases that I've covered that had celebrities involved. And it may have brought the case into a different realm in coverage because of the celebrity. But the prize is Nesto. He's the prize. You got to stay, he's the person that we got to focus on. And
we are focused on him.
As a member of the press, as a member of the working press, I would not be doing my job if I honed in on Steve versus honing in on the subject at hand, who is Nesto. and Shirley Strawberry is one of the victims.
Yeah.
You can, and I don't want to put it
I mean, is she? I guess she is, because he married her under false pretenses. So yeah, she is a victim.
Right. She's a victim. And if this case becomes about Steve Harvey, then we are losing the sight of why we are covering.
Did I say that?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying, but not you. Anyone seeing this is not just applied to you. I'm saying
I wasn't saying that. I just made a comment, and now it has. I don't know why people their panties is all in a bunch. All I said was, if you think he's not interested and isn't looking into this shit, you're cray cray. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I know this for a fact. Okay. God.
Let me say this.
I know this for a fact.
Let me say this. If we count how many times that individual that you just named was mentioned in this live versus the other individual, it wouldn't have been. If you would have allowed me to just make the statement without fighting it and not understanding what I was saying, then we would have moved past it. At the end of the day, all I was saying was, since the only other way that I feel like the judge might consider it is because of Steve Harvey. That's all I said. Because he would benefit from a gag order too. That's all I'm saying. I would disagree. Know why? Because he's not joined in on this motion. He's not a part of this motion, so the judge can't consider something that is not a part of the motion. I mean, if Steve Harvey's attorney came in and said, Yana, I want to file a motion to exclude the media, guess what? There are going to be many more motions being filed by members of the media. He's not a party.
That's all I'm saying.
He's not a movement. He's a witness, and he's not. We don't know what stage he will be called in this case. So, I mean, for the case, he's not even a factor for me as covering it. But he will be someone that
he's a factor for all of us covering it. That's the only reason why we're covering it.
No. I don't think he goes. I don't think he may even take the witness stand. I think there's going to be, just like Lil Wayne was mentioned in the YSL case. You heard Adrian Love said, well, when the judge asks, is Lil Wayne coming? Just says Lil Wayne coming. Yeah, Lil Wayne's on the witness list. So is Birdman. But they're not coming to that trial. It looks salacious by naming high-profile people, but in the end, can you get this man in there with his busy schedule? He travels the world. He's
you can get the court can always get a man there. What you talking about?
Where's Lil Wayne at? I mean, the point is Lil Wayne is not coming. Did he get a subpoena? Did the investigators travel to his jurisdiction and serve him? So Maybe. It's not a guarantee that Steve Harvey, he's on the witness list, but it doesn't mean he's going to be there. And,
they've talked to him. That's why they put him on the list.
Oh, we'll see.
They've spoken to him.
We'll see.
Because if he's a witness for them, you don't think they're prepping him? That's their job.
They ain't saying they're prepping him.
They always prep. That's the part of the process.
Hold on. Do we have, what facts do we have? And I have to ask the question as a journalist. What facts do we have that they have even touched base with Steve Harvey other than add him to a witness list? There are people who have been added to witness lists that haven't been spoken to yet. And Brian still stated.
You think in this particular case, his people have not been talked to? I'm not saying they talked to Steve directly, but they've talked to his attorneys. You can best believe that. I would bet you my last dollar.
Well,
they have spoken to him. Just like I told y'all, they had spoken to Shirley. They have talked to them. They are cooperating with them. And yes, that's what's going on, y'all. I'm trying to tell.
Hold on 1 second.
And whenever you can I say something about witnesses? Whenever you're asked to be a witness, you meet with the attorney. The attorney asks you questions that they think that the other side's going to ask, and they sit there and they listen to you answer them, and then they will tell you how, what to do, what not to do. That is prepping the witnesses. It's nothing wrong with it. That's the process. I've been through it. That's how I know. Okay. Okay, so since y'all want to, I know for a fact because I've done it, and it is what it is.
I hear you. I hear you. So basically, that's the motion, ladies and gentlemen, and we just have to see where the chips fall at this point. Would you be willing, V, to join in on the motion?
Yes, chat. Huh?
Would you be willing to join in on the motion?
Join in how? How would I join in? As
a member of the press. Do you consider yourself a member of the press?
Yes.
So you want to join in on the motion?
Yeah, but how do I do that? I don't understand how that works.
You show up to court and you inform the court that you want to join in on the motion.
Oh, okay. So when would I do that? Like immediately?
We'll talk.
Y'all talk on like Monday or Tuesday, right?
No, we'll talk. We'll talk offline.
Okay.
Talk offline. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, V, thank you for joining in. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks for popping in on the Saturday.
I'm about to go live anyway. So.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be over there in a minute. Let me just finish these people over here. I'll see you in a minute.
All right. See you later.
What's your topic?
Nesto, of course.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm gonna talk about him every day now because his ass he don't want us talking about him. Oh, I'm gonna talk about him then. Okay. I'm gonna talk about him and his whole family. All right. That's what he wants. He gonna get it. Right. Okay. Anyway. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Hey.
Smooches.
Ladies and gentlemen. So interesting perspective. We'll see how it plays out. I just had to be very careful how I report the story because I can tell you for certain, many people are going to be watching and they're going to be listening and they're going to be perhaps using whatever they can glean from this live to use it, for their reasons to exclude media. And it may just happen that someone part of one of the defense they would say, hey, we heard someone on this man's live, or you heard him say something, and it may be challenged later on down the road. Don't know. We'll see. Just got to be very careful. I am going to drop the link again. If someone else wants to add to this conversation, I do have a few more minutes. Let's see. We have, I have about 15 minutes. I'm going to drop the link one more time. If you can add anything significant to this conversation, hold on. Okay, let me see if I can read some of the comments. I just dropped the link. Stand by. I know. I'll leave that one alone. We'll leave that alone. Right. So gag orders don't close the courtroom. The gag orders only not close, but stop certain parties from saying certain things. But putting a gag on the media, that won't fly at all. That won't fly at all. Putting a gag on the media. So someone said, now that's a good question. Can phone calls be stopped from being played? The fact that they are releasing phone calls through a FOIA request, I don't think that will happen either, because the judge would literally have to say, what can possibly happen? The judge could sign an order for his calls not to be released. How likely that will happen? I don't think that might happen either. But that's a good question. Could they stop the calls? Because these calls are being released to the public and they may contain strategy for his defense. If I was the attorney, that would be the route I would take, because no one can report on something that they don't hear. If they're not able to hear this man's recordings, then that would put a clamp on what is being released, being reported to the public. Would I co-sign something like that? Absolutely. Everyone deserves a right to a fair trial, and releasing phone calls was kind of interesting, because I don't think I ever played someone's phone call. I know I haven't played anyone's phone call as a member of the press, unless it was a part of the testimony or the evidence in a trial. So, for example, if they played a phone call in the trial and I'm recording it, now that was made public. But the judge is not probably going to send an order to the jail, Cobb County, and say, hey, don't release this guy's phone calls. I don't see that happening. So, you know something? That's a good question, Brown. Brown said, I'm going to post your comment real quick here. I want to grab it here. I'm just going to post it real quick here. Right. Can anyone guess why people are not releasing those phone calls? Maybe one came out, slipped through the cracks, but why aren't the other phone calls being released? Can anyone guess why the YSL calls aren't being released as frequently as Nesto's calls? Let's see if anyone can guess why. Exactly. Good question. This is a gang case. And while a lot of you enjoy releasing phone calls, if you want to release phone calls to individuals who have been purported to be a part of a gang, good luck on that one. I won't be releasing them. But this is what I'm talking about. People got common sense here. They got common sense here. No, I think most people are not going to try to release calls related to anything to have to do with YSL, Young Slime, anything like that. Not saying they're a gang, but I don't know if people are going to take those chances. Doesn't really. It's not a healthy decision, I would say. That's not a healthy decision. Why is Nesto more subject to his calls being released? Because people don't see him as a threat in that sense. They don't see him as a gangster. They don't see him, I don't know. Let's see here. The purpose of this live was to show members of aspiring to be in the media on how to deal with things like this, and look at the case laws that we cited in our motion, and you have a better understanding why these type of requests to courts should always be challenged. Just should always be challenged. And now I don't want to take away from why I'm here and discussing this, but that's the whole reason for this, our response to his motion. And that was it. And I respect my guests. And sometimes we agree to disagree. I don't want to put emphasis on Steve Harvey because he's not named in the indictment. He has a very small part of this case, because none of the victims, with the exception of Shirley, could benefit from his presence, if that makes sense. And one, his name it's attached because, and they're saying that Nesto fraudulently used his wife's association with Harvey to lure other victims into his web of crime. That's the only nexus that I see. And I don't think that a lot would be talked about Steve in this case, other than to show the connection. Now, will Steve show up? If he's trying to help his friend, he'll show up. He'll show up. He'll show up because he cares about his friend. He'll show up for that reason. Why Birdman or Lil Wayne didn't show up for YSL, that may, and they may still show up. They may show up for the defense's case. They may show up as defense witness. That would be interesting. So we don't know. But I don't have inside information on whether or not Steve or his team has talked to the prosecution. I don't have that information. And I can't just speculate, just because of who he is. I can't do that. I can't do that. Appreciate you, KK, Scorpio. Appreciate you. I really do. Let's see here. Any other questions? Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? Do we have any others? Absolutely, Cynthia. She said, jumping on it right away. Hey. Got it. Listen. That's what we do. We jump on it. We do the research and we make sure we cover our bases. Hold on a second here. I don't know why they highlight it. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me acknowledge. Well, I acknowledged. Hold on a second here. Hold on. Let me go. Can we go back to the motion topic? Yes, I'm not liking the attacking behavior in the chat. Very rude. I agree, Dennis. Dennis, good job. Happy Saturday, V. What you say, you're saying. Okay, that's for V. Dennis, please stop. What do you mean, please stop? Lovejoy, what do you mean, please stop? Can you stop phone calls from being, okay, answer that. Thank you for following through. Yes, KK Scorpio. Okay, so I acknowledge all the people in the super chat. Hey, listen, I don't like I don't like the combative nature that what's happening in the chat. We got to be nice. Let's be nice to people. Let's be nice. Oh, let's be nice. So that's V. Let's be nice. Let's be nice. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Let's be nice. Okay. Let's be nice. Okay, we got that. Okay, let's see here. Hold on. Let's see here. No, hold on. I wasn't arguing with anyone. I'm just kidding. I actually acknowledged it on my Twitter page. Oh no, hold on a second. The wrong one, D. I grabbed the wrong one. Hold on, D. Hold on. I acknowledged the passing of Michelle Obama, former First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama's mother's passing. I acknowledged it on Twitter. If you guys follow me on Twitter, use different platforms for different things. So I did acknowledge that on Twitter. Oh, someone said, that's a good point. If he's that concerned, he would have posted that bill. Yeah. Appreciate you. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you for becoming a member. Make sure you guys get the ones that got memberships. Make sure you get those things renewed because we dropping videos in the membership section only, ladies and gentlemen, only. As a matter of fact, we're gonna have some just for the members, just for the members, just for the members. I saw what you did. Don't think I didn't see what you did. I saw what you did. I saw what you did. Nice technique. I caught it. Oh, that's good. Okay. Let's see. Thank you, Helen. Yes, Helen. I'm going to post your comment. Exactly, and that's the point of the live. The point of the live. Oh, someone said, see that name right there? You see that name right there? We're gonna put you in the timeout. I just had to highlight you to put you in the timeout. There you go. Don't be coming in trying to promote other people. Don't do that. I'll be blocking people when they do stuff like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I put your name out there. And we say he blocked me. He took me out of here. Why he do that? Because don't come in doing shade. Don't do that. Be nice. Be nice. And my moderators, you'll see something going wrong in the chat section. Put them on timeout. Don't block them. Just put them on timeout. Just put them on a timeout. You see it? If you see something, do something. I'm 99% sure that will happen. And it's something else I did. I hadn't revealed to people yet. Probably down the road. Probably in the membership section. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you something exclusive that I did. That I took a peremptory approach to my filing early on. These are things that most don't think about doing, but I'll share that to some of you in my membership. I'll probably go live on our membership just for my members in a little while. That's all I can say. Let's see here. The judge will probably, someone asked, when do I think the judge will rule on the motion? Well, there's going to be a series of motions, discovery happening relatively quick. The prosecution said they need 3 months to be ready. And in that 3 months, they're going to file a series of motions. Then Nesto's counsel will respond to the motions, as well as file their own motions to suppress evidence and so forth. This is not this is going to be a slow walk. This is a RICO case. So obviously the motion to put a gag on the media has to happen sooner than later because anything that's being filed is going to be reported on. So this is one of the motions that had to take precedence because it is significant and is of public interest, which is addressed in my motion. So I think this one will be addressed relatively soon. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, someone asked this motion. The judge denied it. No cameras. And in different jurisdiction, you have to file motions based on well, the First Amendment is the First Amendment. It just has to be fashioned to um, address some of the local laws of the state, the laws of that particular state. Like if I was in Nebraska, the same motion that I filed in this case could probably be used in cases in Nebraska. As a matter of fact, a very popular YouTube channel reached out to me recently for guidance in filing a motion from the media perspective in a case in California. I'm not going to say who the YouTuber is, nor or am I going to say who the case is, but I was able to assist them in that issue. So, yeah, thank you. Mm. And let's see here. Hold on, Summer. I'm trying to hit you off, Summer. Let me hit you off, Summer. I can't wrench people up on StreamYard. I can't wrench them up on StreamYard. I can wrench you up on. As a matter of fact, this is what I'm going to do. Everyone that is, that is a member on this platform, I'm going to go live, not on StreamYard, because I need to mod a few people up. So I want you to come back in. I'm gonna end this live, and I want you to come back in because we're gonna mod some people up. And I know who's been respecting the platform over the span of my live coverage, and I'm gonna mod a few of you up in the next 10 minutes. So I'm gonna end this live, and I want you guys to come back on my next live on the same channel, and we're gonna do some modding. And when people come in, and they're being a little disrespectful, we just gotta take them out. That's all. So I'm gonna do that. We're gonna mod about 10 people up because as this case gets closer to the trial, we gotta have more control. Oh, celebrity, you know something? I can do that. You know something? Stand by. I think I can do that. I don't have to end this live. I'm gonna stay on standby. I'm gonna get out of stream. I'm gonna stay on StreamYard, but I'm going to do exactly what you said, Celebrity Juicer. You are right. Ooh, see, this is why I need you, Celebrity Juicer. Celebrity Juicer, you know something? I ain't gonna log out, Celebrity Juicer. Thank you, Celebrity Juicer. Let me see. Stand by. Stand by. You're in trouble now. You're in trouble now. Stand by. Let's see here. All right. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Stand by. Okay. Now, don't go nowhere, Summer. Ooh. Uh-oh. You got a wrench. Hold on. Okay. Hold on a second. I gotta hook up my folks over there. Hold on. Okay. God's daughter. You in the building, God's daughter. Hold on, guys. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, Celebrity Juicer. Ain't got membership, but I'm going, you gotta get that membership, Celebrity Juicer. You gotta get that membership. You are a mod over here. Hold on. So what's going on with me and the ladies? I know that too. I know that too. So I make a list. I make a list of the ones I have. So I'm watching. If you're floating on anyone else's platform, I'll see that as well. I'll watch that. You won't infiltrate over here. Let's see here. Okay. Stand by. Okay, you there already. Let's see who else I want. I don't know about that one. I got my eye on you, by the way. I ain't gonna say who you are. Okay, so let me get back over here. Okay, there we go. All right, guys. Let's do what the Buster movie. What's a movie? Well, hold on. Cynthia, hey, what do you mean? Cynthia, what do you mean? I didn't wait for a Monday to bust a move. No. What do you mean I didn't wait till Monday to bust a move? No. We had to get on this right away. No, we had to get on this right away. No, it's No, no. We're not doing that. We can't wait. They say wait broke the wagon down. Wait broke the wagon down. Let's see here. Absolutely right, Cynthia. Cynthia, you know I was on it, Cynthia. You know I was Cynthia. You know I was on it. Sonya, Leah TV. Sonya always wait for Monday. No, we ain't wait for Monday. No, we had things, and then I'm going to jump in the pool. I'm going to jump in the pool and get some work done at the pool. How about that? Yeah, we're going live at the pool. How about that? That's right. That's right. Hold on a second here. Oh, I forgot one person I didn't mod up. Hold on. There's one person I didn't mod up. Stand by. You thought you was getting away, huh? No. You getting modded up. I've been watching you for days. I've been watching you. Hold on. Stand by here. Social. I don't know why you weren't modded a while back. Okay. PW, where are you at, PW? PW, where are you at, PW? Okay. All right, PW, you in there. Let's see. And these are people that have contributed, participated, and brought conversation to, commentary to the conversation. So yeah, that's what it is. Comes great responsibility. I mean, guys, let's be honest. if I sat on the sideline while this motion was filed, who else do you think would have joined in on this motion right now? Because what other media outlet has been consistently covering this for mainstream? Hopefully others will join in. Are you heard? Hold on. Who I heard? D. I have you, D. Don't do that. D. I thought I did it, D. Don't do that, D. D. Don't be hurt. D. Don't do that. You know how we go. You know how we go. Don't do that. Where D at? I gotta get D over here. No, D. No. Don't be slacking, D. Don't be slacking. Don't be slacking. All right, good. All right. D, okay. All right, D. Well, yeah, D. Oh, D, you got to send D. You got to get on my DM. You got to remind D. Don't do that. D, I got you. Okay, there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I feel a little better. I really, and I see how important it is for the moderators to do their work, because people will come over to your platform to promote other people's stuff. And you just got to take it. If they're over here promoting other people's stuff and trying to shade on this platform, you know what to do. Take them out of here, put them on timeout. If they do it more, if they get the first time is a warning. We don't do 3 strikes. The second time, you just ban them. That's it. First time is a warning. Second time, you just ban them. That's how we move. We ain't got time to be waiting. Oh, please give me one more chance. I didn't really mean that. But if you ban someone, I need to see the screenshot so I can review your banning. We ain't just going to ban people because you don't like their tonage. But if they're being disrespectful, absolutely. Absolutely. Because it appears that everyone have, on their platforms, they have squads. They got 10, 20, 30, 50 moderators. I'm like, wait, whoa. Is everyone a moderator in your channel? Like a certain person got like, everyone that's following that person is a moderator. So you moderate each other. It's kind of weird to me, but I get it. I get it. And sometimes people like to test you. They test you. They like to bait you. They like to draw audiences based on misconceptions. I get all that. I see the play. I listen. But you never get 2 chances to make a first impression. So I get all that. I don't. What's that all about? MS. Well, we'll talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that right now. But I thank everyone for coming in. I appreciate you, and I want you guys to pay attention to the first 30 minutes of this live. Very important. The first 30 minutes of the live, just of this live. Pay attention to the first 30 minutes, because that is the substance, essence of what I'm talking about. I don't want to take the focus off of what I came here for. I want everyone to understand that this is a responsibility of members of the press, the CNN, Fox News, TMZ, all the major outlets do this if they are being restricted from covering a story. So I'm not doing anything special, more so than I'm doing something that is required of me as a member of the press. That's it. That's what it is. So you guys can look at my motion, and you can look at the case law, and you can look at my opinion based on what the law has already prescribed in Supreme Court and some of the Georgia State Supreme Court. So it's based on research. That's all. I definitely was researching this and making sure that we covered our, dotted I's, crossed our T's. So that investigator that approached me, you don't want me talking about you. You probably should have never gave me your business card. What's the point? There's no need to pass your business card out if you don't want a member of the press talking about you, because we have no fiduciary to you nor your client. We have a fiduciary to the public as we report the story. Well, you said his name. I didn't say his name. And you know something? Reach, I agree with you. That is exactly why he wants the press to suppress people be screaming out things that's right. And you got to be careful about that. You got to be careful about that, because that can turn around and bite you in the ass. Very careful about that. And again, I had to be careful about that, you know, and that's why I put my disclaimers up. I do it on other different, when I have other guests on as well. You know, it's just got to be careful. And, you know, if 10 people understand something one way and they heard, the 10 people heard it and they all agreed that that was the inference that they drew from the statement that was made, then probably there should be clarity given so it can be, you know, stated more factual or be clear to the public. Because that's the thing. If you allow people to say anything on your platform, it could become a problem. And we've seen that in the case of Tasha K and Cardi B. Tasha K had a guest on a platform that said things about Cardi B, and it came back and it ended up in a defamation case that she ultimately lost. Instead of, you know, telling the person, no, you can't say that. Where's your proof? You got to substantiate that with, you know, not just with, you know, opinions. You got to be specific. You know, you got to hold people to the fire. You got to be able to, you know, get clarity, because in the end, if people can deduct from something your guest said as deflammatory or non-factual, then it may fall on you because they said it on your channel. You know, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. No shade to anyone. No shade to anyone. But again, I think I know my business better than others. That's all I'm saying. That's all. And I mean, and my authority on what I do, I think, you know, I could be considered an expert witness if I had to come in and testify as to something specific about my profession. You know, I think I can do that. With that said, oh, oh, I trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I do see your comments. Some don't need to be repeated. I've read them. I see them. But sometimes they, you know, can't hide. You want your comment highlighted. You know what to do to highlight it. Put it in the super chat, and then I'll bring it up. But I do see your comments. I really do. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate everyone coming in. Hopefully you guys have a happy Saturday. I need to go swimming because the water's calling me. And maybe I'll go live at the pool. How about that? With that said, we are going to end this live and see you on the next one. Make sure you guys are hitting the notification button. And I heard earlier that if your notifications are turned on, go out, turn them off, then go back in and turn them on again, because I don't know if everyone's getting notified properly. So go back out and then come back in, like turn your notifications on my channel and then go out and come back in, because someone said that it might be a glitch in the system. But with that said, I'll see you guys on the next live. I'm out. Peace.